January 31st, Tabata Yoga Flow. Under your smartwatch timer, Tabata, 20 seconds of work, 0 seconds rest. You're going to do either 60 or 80 rounds. You could do 100 rounds if you want to, as long as it's an even number. Okay, we're going to do a twisting single leg chair pose. That's going to be our main peak thing that we're going to work on. So we're going to start in a forward fold. And in your forward fold, your knees are bent, your head is hanging heavy. You can do different things with your arms. You're going to come back here and back here and back here, and you have 20 seconds to do different things, so you might end up sort of moving around, which is what I want you to do. So forward fold, and then we're going to jump to downward facing dog. So you can either step back or jump back, but you have to jump to down dog. So that's going to look like this: bent knees, and I land in downward facing dog. So down dog is my wrists and hips are in a straight line, so I might adjust my legs from there. But I don't want you jumping into plank. So I don't want you to do this and then go to down dog. I want you to actually jump to downward facing dog. If it doesn't work, you can just step. So again, bent knees, land bent and soft. That's way easier. Instead of using my low back to cushion my fall, I'm using my legs, which is what we want. Okay, so down dog, that's your second pose. You got 20 seconds here. Really work on bending your knees to press your chest back. And then upward facing dog. So you might have to adjust. Sometimes my shoulders get a little stuck. You might move around a little bit. You might have your legs down. You might have them up. It's up to you. So up dog, and then three-legged down dog. Remember, my shoe is over here on my left side, so I'm going to go to three-legged down dog either through my knees or maybe just going up, but my left leg is going to go up. So you can go to down dog and then lift up your left leg, or it's more challenging to lift it from right here. So lift up your left leg and then go up. Okay, three-legged down dog. You got 20 seconds to be here. You can either stack the hips, you can make circles with your knee, you can just hang out, and then I'm going to end up coming to crescent lunge. So again, my shoe is on my left side, my left leg is now forward. I've got that crescent lunge. So either pressing my palms together and getting low with my legs in crescent lunge. It's longer than my working lunge. My working lunge, if I was going to do, would be here. Crescent lunge is maybe an inch further back. It might not be different, but just in case you're wondering. This leg is as close to 90 as possible. That'd be as low as you wanted to go. That's kind of intense, but you definitely don't want to be hanging out up here. So get low so that it's challenging for yourself. Warrior or crescent lunge. Then I'm going to do a twisting crescent lunge. So I'm going to bring my tricep here to the opposite knee. All right, it's almost impossible to do it this way. So I'm twisting. I got my opposite tricep on my leg, and then I'm going to press my top hand into my bottom hand so that I'm a little more twisted. You could always bring your knee down and do this too. And then I'm going to go into a bounce. So in order to do this chair pose, so I'm going to end up here in chair pose. In order to get there, I'm going to play with my balance. So after 20 seconds here, I'm going to lean my knee over my toe. You have to do that. Pick up the back leg and play with this balance. Maybe my leg is bent. Maybe it's straight. Maybe you can't hold it any longer. You have to step to chair pose a little bit sooner, and that's okay. Then I have, after 20 seconds there, twisting chair pose for 20 seconds. In twisting chair pose, your knees are going to be uneven. The goal is to bring them back to even. So if they're, crazy askew, maybe you pull them back a little bit. After 20 seconds here, you got chair pose for 20 seconds. Your legs are on fire. Chair pose can be here. It can be here. It's totally up to you. Hands can be at the heart. Hands can be behind. Hands can be up. And then you have standing. Woo! 20 seconds where you can either look at the ceiling to work on your back bend. You can just stand. This is called mountain pose. So just standing in Tadasana. My chest is still lifted. Shoulders are down. This is such a great position. We're just standing, but it's a reward from the minute you were just on those legs. And then also, when do you stand like this? I don't know about you, but my posture is pretty bad when I'm not thinking about it. Or if we're typing, we just get into what we're doing. So standing with your palms forward to open up the shoulders and then lifting the chest. All right. So after you stand, you're going to go back to the forward fold for 20 seconds. Now we're on the other side. So I'm going to move my shoe. I'm going to go through downward facing dog. So jumping or stepping. Down dog for 20 seconds. Up dog for 20 seconds. Again, taking your time when you get there, moving around if you need to. And then 3-legged down dog with my right leg up. So I'm gonna pick up my right leg, go right to 3-legged down dog, move around where I need to. Maybe you're gonna drop that hip. I get more of a stretch if I really drop that leg in. And then I'm gonna step forward, crescent lunge, 20 seconds here, 20 seconds twisting crescent lunge. If your legs are on fire, you can even come down here for a little break, all right? And then I'm gonna balance, so I'm gonna shift my weight forward. My knee goes way over the toe to pick up that back leg. Maybe you just hang out here. Maybe you slowly transition for 10 to 20 seconds to get to that chair pose. Maybe your legs are on fire, so you shake everything up and then go back in. I don't know, but it's up to you to do that flow. You might even speed through this part and then spend more time in the standing and forward fold. As that timer's going, you can kind of like make it work for you. So you got this for 20 seconds, then this for 20 seconds. You might even transition like this for 20 seconds, and then standing for 20 seconds. Like I said, lots of room to play and move around. And then you go back to the forward fold, you'll move your shoe, and you're already on your second round. So with these yoga flows, you have your timer going for 20 seconds. Every time it beeps, the new 20 seconds, that's your time to transition. Take your time with the transitions. Make it work for you. Obviously rest when you need to. You can always pause the timer and grab a sip of water. Because it's 10, it should be pretty obvious on the timer that you got 10 rounds on one side, 10 rounds on the other, so you can kind of like know where you are. The only thing you have to do is concentrate on your breathing. So what's nice is either getting to your pose and holding it for like almost 20 seconds and just concentrating on your breath. Or maybe you're gonna be moving around and breathing at the same time, which again gets you to focus on your breathing. If you're moving slowly, that's gonna get you to focus on control and makes the time go really fast, which is nice. In CrossFit, a lot of the times we're doing ballistic movements, which I guess you stop during the lockout, but it's quick, you know what I mean? A box jump, you can't stop mid-air. You're not doing eccentric work there. You're just going for that explosive piece, which is so great. But this is the balance to that, is that at any moment during this piece, could you stop? Could you, if I said red light, no one's gonna do that to you, but you know, as you're transitioning, at any moment, if someone said red light, could I stop with control? Instead of putting my foot there, could I hover it above the floor before it goes down? Or am I just slamming it down? So trying to go with, not slower, but transitioning smoothly with like a continuous movement. All right, guys, that is your workout for the last day in January of 2021. See you on Sugar WOD.